But beyond the tables, the pots of fresh coffee, and the warm baked goods is something truly special. The real Tim Hortons. After all, Tim Hortons isn't just in the neighborhood. It's a part of it. And everything we do helps serve it. One cup at a time.
Tim Hortons, forgetting where they come from. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. I'm really disappointed in Tim Hortons today, and I'm joining the Boycott Tim's movement. I'm not one of these people, though, that has to pretend that I somehow am attached to Timmy's or that I drink their coffee. I actually do. My morning usual is a number 4 combo. That's a bacon and egg breakfast sandwich, no cheese on the sandwich for me, a hash brown and black coffee with sugar. If you follow me on social media, I've probably sent out more tweets and Facebook posts and Instagram posts about Timmy's, me drinking Timmy's, or being on the road and a road trip starts with Timmy's, than any other company. And I don't mention them. I don't do this to promote them. They don't need my promotion. I do it because it's part of the fabric of my life. It's there, always has been. I grew up in Hamilton, Ontario, where Tim Hortons is from, and for about the last decade of his life, my father lived a short walk from the first store on Ottawa Street North. This is a store that served, the very first store that Tim Hortons had, served the men and women that worked at the steel mill. Another dirty industry. They're walking away from Enbridge because of protests from a New York-based environmental lobby group, but they actually still exist. Tim's flourished because of men and women in the steel industry in Hamilton, another dirty industry. And when they expanded beyond Hamilton, they expanded into places like Oakville that had, the auto industry. This is the connection between Tim's and blue-collar workers. It was there from the start. But now someone in their PR department decided it was better to tell Enbridge that they would cancel the end of their short advertising contract and go with the environmental lobby. Fine. So this morning, instead of getting my number 4 breakfast combo, I went to the Morning Owl. It's a local Ottawa coffee shop. Make very good coffee. I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to be like many Canadians who are upset at this. The fact is, Tim's could have quietly decided not to run Enbridge's ads in the future, but they succumbed to pressure from people that likely didn't even drink their coffee. Like I said, the group's based out of New York City. It had professors from York University and the University of Toronto backing it. These aren't people that are going to be your everyday Timmy's regulars. They're not the people that made Fort Max, Tim Hortons in downtown, one of the busiest in the country. They're not the people in the suburbs that actually go out and spend time sitting in Timmy's, drinking their coffee, buying their food, and making them successful. Tim Hortons is synonymous with people that work in dirty industries because they're the ones that frequent it. They're the guys in the hard hats showing up at lunch and getting the sandwich and a donut and a coffee to go. I have no idea why Tim Hortons decided to do this. It is beyond me. But what I do know is that if we don't stand up, the silent majority, and say, you know what, you can change your mind or lose our business, then what next? The silent majority have no problem with a short little Enbridge ad showing up on Tim's TV. Most of us are not going to see it, and if we do see it, we're not going to be bothered by it. But if the silent majority is made to stay silent by the vocal and organized minority of enviro radicals, then what next? What else gets shut down? It was just a little while ago that a music festival south of here in Kemptville, Ontario, they were trying to force TransCanada to take back a $5,000 donation because one of the acts didn't want to play at a music festival sponsored by TransCanada. What do these people think their homes are heated with? Natural gas. Comes from companies like Enbridge. Comes from companies like TransCanada transporting it. What do they think moves the cars that get them to work, that get them to their next gig, that get them to the airport or take off in their planes? Yes, Timmy's is in airports across the country. Do they think the planes fly on pixie dust? And then what of the actual symmetry between Tim Hortons and Esso? How many drive-thrus does Tim Hortons have? How many stores do they have inside gas stations? And I won't even go too deep into what Ezra's been talking about, which is the expansion of Tim Hortons into countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, oil-rich countries, oil-rich dictatorships, mind you. Enbridge, that's too dirty. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Esso, they'll deal with all of those. Tim Hortons has to make up its mind and decide which side they stand on. They started the culture war. They're the ones that chose sides. The question is, will you stand up and make your voice heard? Will you stop going to Tim Hortons until they figure out that they made the wrong move and apologize? I'm going to ask you to go to TheRebel.media and sign our petition to boycott Tim's. I know it's not easy to do, especially when it's part of your daily routine. So maybe you don't boycott them completely. If you can't, well, fine, buy less. But politely tell the franchise owner, the local franchise owner, why you're doing it. And tell them you're more than happy to come back, but that they need to call head office and tell them that change is needed. Because change is needed. If the silent majority does not stand up, then the vocal minority run the country. And that will not end well for anyone. TheRebel.media. Sign the petition now.